Hello, good morning, good afternoon. This is EMS Automotive, manufacturers of sheet metal for Chevrolets 1935 to 1954. Today we are going to talk about the 39 Chevrolets, 38 Chevrolets, and 37 Chevrolets. We're going to concentrate on the tail pans over here. The tail pan is the lower part of the rear of the body by the trunk lid. So your trunk lid closes into the tail pan. And our tail pans go completely from fender to fender in one piece. Die stamped out of 18 gauge steel in our own factories in Michigan with our own tooling, all designed by EMS. So we're going to start with the 37 Chevrolet 2-door sedan, 4-door sedan. That's this piece right here. Here again, die stamped. All the correct shapes and curves. You have the Weatherstrip Channels. Your trunk lid is going to close into here. Your rubber is going to be on this, and it's going to close up. It rolls completely underneath to the spot weld flange. So it comes down here, has the correct flange, 18 gauge steel. That's what it's supposed to be. Not tissue paper, Chinese black steel, you know, that a 2-year-old can bend and crunch up like you would do with a Pepsi can or a Coke can or some other soft drink. Okay, all die stamped, has the correct body lines on the side as it goes up. Your fender will bolt over here. That's for the 37 to 38 Chevrolet 2-door and 4-door sedans. Now, I know we ship worldwide. That is going to be for American-made Chevrolets and Canadian-built Chevrolets. Now, if you don't have a sedan, coupes are always popular with street rodders and hot rodders. The coupe is the one to have, although we do like the sedans and the 4-doors for the family and the grandkids. Here again, die stamped. That's nice. As you can see, this is a small area. That Chevrolet coupe trunk lid came way down almost to the bumper over here. Die stamped. Look how deep that groove is. Only EMS can do that in the States with quality trained, skilled craftsmen who manufacture the tooling and run our factories. All of the correct shapes. You have your fender flange over here. You have your spot weld flange at the bottom. Now, the question is, well, the spot weld flange, what spot welds to that flange? On the inside of these pieces, there is a product or a part called the trunk floor extension for the Chevrolets. On Fords, they like to call it a toolbox piece, whatever it is. This is the inside piece that goes behind the 37, 38 Chevrolets, okay? So basically what that piece is you see the spot weld flange over here. That part is going to come together like this. And I'm going to turn it around so the cameraman can get on, can see the other side of it. So hang on a second, we'll turn around, and you can notice, you can see how complex these shapes are. Don't let anybody think that they can buy some cheap Chinese tools and hand fab it at home. It doesn't work that way. We live in the real world, not on a cable TV show. So as you can see how that part comes together, you grab it with your pliers, you spot weld it, and that's how that goes. And this interior part happens to fit. The floor pans are the same. This piece will fit the coupes or sedans. It is common. That's how GM did that. Okay, we're gonna jump over to the 39 Chevrolet. We grouped the 37, the 39 Chevrolets together. There are some differences in the grills and the bodies, but the majority of the body pieces are the same. The frames are the same. So it's really one family of car that was updated in 1939. So what we have here on the front is, this is the 39 Chevy sedan. 39 Chevy is a little bit wider in the back seat area. So they made the trunk lid a little bit wider and the tail pan a little bit wider. Same frame, same wheelbase, same dimensions. Here again, die stamped steel. Look at that curve. Curves in all multiple directions at the same time without any wrinkles in it. Done in heavy gauge, 18 gauge steel, manufactured in the United States. Your fender flange is over here. So this is where it starts to roll on and your fender bolts on. Now, we don't have any bumper holes in this. You know, that's always a thing of contention here. Half the people want bumper holes, half of them don't. It's easier to put it in than take it out, so that's the way we leave it. Here again, it rolls underneath, has a spot weld flange. We'll take a look at the coupe. The coupe is basically the same, but here again, they like to put really large trunk lids on the coupes. And here again, this trunk lid is much wider than the sedan. The width is the same, of course, because it's the same body. Multiple curves, all different directions. 18 gauge steel. Like to say it again, made here in the USA in our own factories. And we're going to show you the interior piece to this. Here again, this is a little bit more complicated. In 1939, they made a very complex trunk floor section, trunk floor extension. This is it. Again, die stamped out of 18 gauge steel. Look at all these curves. No wrinkles. Look at that shape. Nobody can hand fab that. Not even the cable TV shows in Hollywood can't even come up with that, but EMS can. We can make it because we've been making sheet metal for a long time. So this piece, oops, that's the wrong car, that's the 38. We'll flip this over for 39. And this piece goes into here. It's a double wall construction, and it comes together quite nicely. And then of course it makes that trap at the bottom that collected all the water and dirt over the years. But here again, we make a trunk floor extensions, tail pans for your 37 to 39 Chevrolets. We have them all. So if you have a sedan delivery, which is very popular, we have a solution for you. It's very technical. We don't go through it on our YouTube videos. But if you have a sedan delivery, we can set you up. We have the correct parts for your car. All right, we're back. We're still working on 39, 38, and 37 Chevrolets, or 37 to 39 Chevrolet. We just finished talking about the tail pans and the trunk floor extensions. Now we're going to talk about lower quarter panels and lower front cowl. The lower front cowl goes between the firewall and the front door post. Now, depending upon your year and model, the front fender bolts to it and may cover up the majority of that piece. So you may not be able to see it while it's on the car, but it rusts. And one of the easiest ones to describe here is a 37-38 lower front cowl. And the fender bolts along here, so the fender comes out. So normally you would only see a little piece, but obviously down below where the tire throws up all the dirt and salt, that's where it rusts. Here again, lower front cowl. This is your firewall. This is your door post. Die stamped, United States, 18 gauge steel, EMS. We've been making this for a long time. It's a wonderful fit. So, and it comes in left or right. Now for a 39 Chevrolet, they changed it again. Here again. Your fender bolts up along here. Your hood actually comes here on the 39. So the 39 Chevy will only see this little piece over here. But here again, it rusts in wherever the dirt and the water is thrown up against it. And you can see we have the flanges. We turn the corners. All the curves and shapes like it's supposed to have. Okay, now running down the side of the car, you know, we're at the front door post. From front door post to rear door post is the rocker panel. Okay, these rocker panels are a little bit different than what we would normally see in our 50s and 60s cars because it's completely hidden by the door and the running board. But here you have a 37 to 39. Like I said, the bodies are very similar, so this rocker panel will fit all 3 years. Here again, die stamped, all the original curves, rolls under, 18 gauge steel. Thick, heavy steel like it was made original. We got the carpet bead on top. Okay, there again, you can't fabricate this at home. 18 gauge steel, and this will go from doorpost to doorpost. Okay, your floor pan will actually sit on this flange up on top, and This is your piece there. Now, as you can see on the back side, it's open. Like most rocker panels, there is an inner rocker panel. Here again, we die stamped that for you here in the United States. And that is an additional piece with that if you happen to need it. Now that we're to the rear doorpost. From the rear doorpost to the rear fender is the lower front quarter panel. It's the quarter panel, it's lower, and it's in front of the rear tire. Okay, and these are 37 to 39. This one here happens to be for the two-door sedans. The four-door obviously wouldn't have one because the four-door is there. Here again, you have your high-formed body line, rolls into the fender area like it's supposed to, rolls under like it's supposed to, has part of the door jamb. This is for the two-door sedan, 18-gauge steel, made in our factories here in Michigan. For the coupes have a slightly shorter door and a bigger cargo area. We all know about that. Coupes are great, real popular. Here again, similar to that, but it's the distance from the doorpost to the rear fender on the Chevrolet coupes is greater because it uses the smaller door. Die stamped, just like the other one, all fits in there. So we've been talking about, we were in front of the door, under the door, and around the door, and behind the door. Let's talk about the door. For EMS, we make door bottom kits for the lower part of the door. And what it is the bottom part of the door, where it rusts out and catches all the water on the inside and out. We make those kits. We make it for 37 to 39 Chevrolet. It does happen to be the same door. So we make the outside skin, die stamp. This is 20 gauge, just like it's supposed to be. We roll it over. It has the flanges on it, and it has the curve this way, and it has the curve this way. That's what makes it fit well. And when the outside rust, and there's also the inside. This is the inside structure of the door. This is 18 gauge, just like they did in the original car when they manufacture it. The structure of the door is a little bit thicker steel than the skin on the outside. Here again, look at that shape. Can't be fabricated at all, no matter what. All die stamped, correct shapes, correct curves, flanges. This will repair the door. You put the two together and you'll have a brand new bottom to your door. And you can fix up those rusty doors. Because we all know the doors rust out here and somebody's going to bond it up or try and patch it on the outside because it's real smooth and throw something cheap over it. But they know if it rusts from the inside out on the door, you know that the inner piece is going to rust out. So why put all this money into the car and just try to fix the outside and booger up the inside, and a couple years down the road your doors are all breaking out and rust. We sell these as a kit. So when you ask for a door bottom kit from EMS, we're not going to be cheap telling you all. We put the kit together, we sell you both pieces, one box, one shipping, all goes UPS. Wonderful product. Wonderful product. And remember, we have a paper catalog. If you like the paper catalog, always call us for that. EMS Automotive. We got a new phone number now, 248-546-0232. That's due for 2016. It's already 2017. Our older phones are still working, but that's a better number now. And of course, we have a website, emsautomotive.com, and we have Facebook and Instagram for all those social media guys that like to do all that stuff. And if you ever have technical questions, just give us a call at EMS Automotive.